Hey guys, this is Vaughn, and welcome back to the Pixel League server. What a glorious sunny day it is today. Not a drop of rain in the sky, not a cloud in the sky. No, we are over at Silphco because this is the place that people go to hunt for the bosses. I don't know why. You know what, it's not just the bosses, but they have higher level Pokemon just spawn here. Like, around my place, the highest level you're gonna find is like 43 if you're lucky, and here you get like lots and lots of 43s, and just the bosses spawn a lot more too. Even while I was waiting for the day to come, I was hoping the rain would clear. I got into a fight with a Lunatone boss, and he dropped a stone hammer and a wooden hammer, Scald, which people keep telling me I should put on Empoleon, so maybe I'll do that someday. Facade, Sunny Day, and U-Turn. And you know what I think of these two hammers? I think that they are not even worth holding in my inventory. They're so useless. I've got an efficiency 4 diamond hammer now, so there's no reason that I would ever use anything but that, pretty much. Anyway, we are going to answer the questions that you guys left me a couple episodes ago, 2 episodes ago. I had a lot of great questions, a lot of interesting questions, some kind of bad questions. I don't know that I'm going to get to every question, and I'm also recording this in advance, so there's a very good chance that you guys are still asking questions even as I'm recording this right now, and I will not see them because I will have already recorded it. Well, I'll probably see them, and I might answer them actually on the YouTube website, but I'm probably not going to answer them in this video because you haven't asked them yet. Anyway, I'm going to be out of town. I'm recording this on Saturday, and on Sunday I'm going to be out of town all day. Look at the little Charmander. And so, since I'm not going to be able to have like the time to record a nice in-depth video, I thought I would do it this way. I got to a bit of a fight. How are my guys? Everybody's fine health-wise. So let's see. These guys are usually like level 40 something. Yeah, see, 47. That's pretty good. That's worth just leveling. We're gonna do a lot of leveling. The entire episode is gonna be me walking around fighting bosses and leveling like this, and answering your guys' questions. So we're just going to jump right into it. And the first question comes from Arjun Venema. And I should probably know if that's a male name or a female name, but I do not. So he/she asks, what kind of sports do you play? Have you played? And what kind of sports do you enjoy watching? Oh, hey, the rain cleared. I am not a sports person. I don't watch sports. I don't play sports. See, level 59. You'd never find that around my area. But in high school, I was in the marching band. This guy, did he run away? Is that what happened? I was in marching band, and it's not really a sport per se, but I did do a lot of, like, exercise, I guess. It was just a lot of movement and stuff, you know, so I guess it would be that. I'm not into any sports teams. Even when I was younger, I don't have anything against sports, but I hate the culture that, at least in the Western modern society, has like risen up about prizing sports over any kind of other hobbies. You know, like I was more of an art person. I was in choir, I was in theater, I did all of those sort of things, and those were always being cut, and you know, people would not give you money for your art programs. I did clay, like sculptures and stuff. But all those programs were getting cut so that we could build new stadiums for our football team. And I understand that a lot of people are good at football and it's an enjoyable sport, but it bothered me that it was deemed more important than the arts. So I have nothing against people who are into sports, but not for me, and not something that I really pay a lot of attention to. But a good question, and I get asked that a lot because, you know, a lot of people like sports, and it's a good way to just kind of find out something that you have in common with someone else. But unfortunately, we cannot bond over our shared love of sports ball. Next question comes from Mr. Awesome Guy 2461. Will you ever do an LP of games on the PS4 or Xbox One, and have you ever considered it? I have not considered that because I do not own a PS4 or an Xbox One, and I don't have any plans to buy one. I am definitely a PC gamer. I have not owned a console since the PlayStation. there's no additional to that, just the PlayStation. Not even the PS1. Since the PlayStation 2001, 2000 maybe is when I bought it. My parents have a Wii, but I don't really use it. I've thought once or twice about games like I wanted to play Journey. I've never played that, and that's a PS3 exclusive. So like I've thought of stuff like that. I think an LP of like Katamari could be fun, and I think that's a PlayStation 2 game. But for the most part, I just don't have the money to invest in consoles and games like that. And I prefer, here's a Clefairy, I prefer playing PC games. So I will just stick to that, I guess. Look at all these guys. Red is usually a sign of a boss, so I saw that guy and I thought he was a boss, but he is not. What level are you? 44, that's good enough. We're gonna do that. Alright, so maybe someday, but as of right now, no, I have no plans to play any console LPs. Next question is from Kim Walter. Question: how are you and your cats? Me and my cats are good, thank you. Oh, there's a look at this teeny tiny boss Miltank. Holy cow! Never seen a tiny boss like that. And we're gonna earthquake her, and it didn't hit. Okay, we are going to drill peck her or him. I guess all Miltanks have to be girls, right? Because they've got udders. Boy cows don't have udders, do they? I don't know. I imagine that there must be some boy Miltanks just based on statistics. It's Brian. Let's finish this off. Finish him! Woohoo! And Leafeon grew to level 62. Metagross grew to level 50. Sweet. Ooh, we got a Pokeball, you guys. Flamethrower, Oranberry, Hidden Power, and Blizzard. Sweet. Unfortunately, I misplaced my ender chest. Usually I have it on me, and I must have left it maybe at the snow biome or something. So, oh well. I mean, I can make another one. I just didn't bring the materials with me. So my cats are fine. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. I just put out a video, a patron exclusive video. If you haven't seen my Patreon account, it's like a place that you can donate like $1 a month towards, you know, supporting me, and you get like exclusive videos. And I got my first one out yesterday, and it is me snuggling my cats. It's really stupid, but it's cute, you know. So yeah, we're all fine. We're all great. My my oldest cat is just about to turn 20 in May, so that's probably older than quite a few of you. I got her when I was 13, so you can do the math. Anyway, thank you for that question. Next question is from Jaguar Tamer. If you could choose any game for free, which game would you choose? I would like to play Guild Wars 2. I played Guild Wars 1 a lot back in the day. Like back in 2005 or something when it came out. And I was really into it, and I got my best friend into it, and she actually met her current boyfriend, and they've been together for like 5 years or something. And they're addicted to Guild Wars 2, and I just haven't ponied up the money for it yet. Maybe someday I will. It's a great game because there's no monthly fees associated with it. You know, like World of Warcraft or EverQuest or whatever. There's a Cambert over there. Let's get. But this one, you know, it's free to play. They have like additional perks that you can buy. Like if you wanted to buy like a hat or a cape or a costume or something, you can buy those for additional money. But they don't really benefit you in the game. But you know, I just haven't done it. Cambert 47. So yeah, that's probably what I would buy. I can't think of anything else that I would buy. I mean, most games, if I want them, I'll buy them. You know, I have a job. I can afford a video game now and again. Oh, got a cough. Hold on. Two other questions. If you controlled the Pixel League server, would you make the people on the server miserable? Ooh, that's here. Would you make the people miserable? Ooh, there it is over there. Let's get it for the XP. Miserable, or would you let them do anything? I would let them do anything. I'm not mean. This guy is stuck in the tree, isn't he? I'm not a mean guy, so I would let them do whatever they want. Not whatever they wanted, but you know, within reason, let them have fun. And ice beams should be pretty powerful. Oh, we're out of ice beams! Crap! Crap. We'll do a drill pick. We can switch over to the Glaceon as well. In fact, let's do that. Pokemon Glaceon. Because I would like to get the Glaceon to level 80 at least, so we will Ice Beam you. And if you could spawn in any Pokemon you don't have and catch it, which Pokemon would you spawn in? Oh wow, I totally took that guy out. Is there actually any health left? Because it does not look like there's any health left. Super effective. Well, you should get drops from this. I was talking to the mod maker, and there's no drops. And he's like, hey, I don't want to put drops. I think there should be drops. I don't know Pokemon well enough to know like what I don't have, but everybody talks about Mew/Mewtwo. I don't really know the difference between the two. So I guess I would get... We're going to go up here because I know there's a healer in that person's house. I would get Mewtwo just to brag about it, just to make everybody else jealous. I have no idea really what that is, why it's so awesome, but I mean, I know what it looks like, but that's what I would get. I think that's probably what most people would get. Here we go, in here. My cat's mowing. I don't know whose house this is, but we're going to use their healer. Next question is from the Kill Camweek. What's the stupidest thing you've ever done? How about give my Eevee a Thunderstone and then cancel the evolution? Stupidest thing I've ever done. I don't know, I've done some pretty stupid things. Stupid things. I've done a lot of stupid things. Nothing's coming to mind. I should have thought about that before I asked the question. Usually I like make myself a little note so that I know what to talk about. Stupid. What, are you only level 30? Yeah, you can live. I'm not gonna fight you, level 30 guy. Let's go see what this Rhyhorn is. I will come back to that one. Let me think about how stupid I've been. Done some pretty stupid things. Okay, from Trooper and Cooper Ale. What else in real life interests you, stirs the heart, so to speak? Well, I'm a writer. Not a lot of people know that, but I do write. Hey, that guy is not supposed to be here. Hey, guy. He's probably here. I'm a writer. I like to write. I've written professionally. I take writing commissions. I'm not still here. I just signed on. I just signed on. Well, okay, I signed on like 15 mins ago. But yeah, I write professionally. I would love to be a novelist. I mean, I consider myself a novelist. I've never published a novel, but I do consider myself to be a novelist, and someday I would like to publish a novel. I've written many novels, they've just never actually been published. I tend to do sci-fi fantasy sort of novels, sometimes with like social commentary about, you know, life or whatever. Lots of fun stuff. So I would definitely say that writing, I've done like NaNoWriMo and stuff, which is like writing a novel, 50,000 words in 1 month. I've done that for like 10 years. Never always, I don't always win, but I usually write 50,000 words. I don't always finish the novel, but yeah, I'm definitely a writer at heart. I also like to do art. I'm just a very artsy kind of person, like writing, acting, theater, all that kind of stuff. Definitely, I do all of those things. I do cosplay. I haven't done it as much recently. YouTube has definitely taken over my life recently, but that is definitely something that I do and enjoy. What else? I'm really into science. I love like astronomy, the stars, any kind of like science fiction stuff. All of that like just kind of fascinates me in a, on a deep level, you know, like in the cosmos. I just love that kind of stuff. So that's probably a good answer for all of those questions, hopefully. Next question is from 2166lol. If one of your family member was kidnapped and the kidnapper said you had to quit YouTube or you will never see them again, what would you do? Screw my family member, YouTube forever! No, obviously I would. I mean, that's such a strange thing that they would ever request, but obviously I would quit doing YouTube in order to get my family back. Although what I would probably do is I would say that I would quit YouTube to get my family back, and then I would get my family back, and then we would get the cops on this crazy kidnapper and kidnap him, and then I would start doing YouTube again because that's just dumb. Hey guy, what level are you? What level are you? Where's your... Why is it way up there is the real question. Why? I can't see. I think it's 46, so we're going to try. That is not how you do that. Yep, 46 it is. Great. Alright, next question is... Oh, we're out of ice beams again. We are going to ask Sean Hit. Have you visited the Getty Art Museum? I have. There are actually two Getty museums in Southern California, which is where I live. There's the Getty Villa, which is the one that I am building, kind of, over, you know, over there, the Getty Villa. And then there's the Getty Art Museum, which is a more traditional kind of museum, and they're both very cool museums. They're very different, but both very cool. I love going to museums. Like, I know a lot of people don't, and that sounds like so pretentious, but I genuinely enjoy them. I go out of my way to go to museums frequently, and I've definitely been to the Getty, both of the Gettys, and they're both beautiful, and I would happily go again to both, because to me it's just fun to walk around all day and just do nothing else but walk around and look at art and experience history and culture and I don't know, everything. Like, I have a really good friend named Chris, who's actually the guy that got me into Minecraft, and he and I, like, took a road trip up north to Northern California, and we just stopped at, like, all of the different museums on the way up, and museums, zoos, anything like that. We just love that kind of stuff. And I guess it's a little unusual for people like us, you know, we're not sports people, we would rather go to a museum and have a glass of wine than go to a sports bar and have a beer. But that's why he and I are friends. And, I mean, we both like a beer and some sports sometimes, too. But we're definitely more like the culture people. I walked through the Louvre was, like, the one thing I really wanted to see when I was in Paris. I was like, the Eiffel Tower is okay, but I don't need to pay money to go up on top of the Eiffel Tower. I don't care. But if I don't go to the Louvre, I will be very, very sad. And I went, and it was great. And my feet hurt, but it was worth it. Next question is from Kimbo Jackson. Curious, what do you think your perfect team would be? I'm assuming she means within Pokemon. Not just your strongest team, but your team of 6 of your favorite Pokemon from the game. They don't have to already be owned by you. I'm just curious what you would choose. Yes, Rapidash, I know. This is another one of those questions where it's like, I don't know all of the Pokemon to know all of the Pokemon. Charmander, Chameleon. So, I mean, the team that I have right now, maybe? I don't have any particular love for Metagross or the Aerodactyl. They're pretty much in my party because they're good, I guess. So maybe I would have the Vaporeon instead. I would have maybe the Rayquaza and the Moltres, which I don't have on my team right now because legendaries are too OP, and when Beef and I were talking about having a fight, we decided that we would do it without legendaries. Although it probably... Ooh, there's a boss. A boss Lunatone. Gotta get him. Gotta get him. Get in my face, buddy. I want ya. Yes. Obviously the Rapidash. I like Empoleon, but I wouldn't necessarily need to keep him in my, or her in my party, Queen Elsa. Definitely have the Glaceon, the Leafeon, the Jolteon. Let's just have an all EV team. They are pretty cute. And my Rapidash, of course. Lunatone blew itself up! You don't get any boss drops when that happens. That sucks. That shouldn't be a possible thing. Wah. Finally find a boss. I don't even get any drops. I did get a Master Ball earlier. I was gonna tell Beef, but he doesn't need to know. It's not a big deal, because I don't need no Master Balls anyway. Anyway, that was a good question. Let me scroll down on my list real quick. Okay. Next question is from Platinum Gray. Question. Stuff you hate. Movies, music, people, behaviors, whatever. Things that I hate. Intolerance. I'm not a big fan of that. You know, you don't have to necessarily like or agree with somebody else's lifestyle or preferences or interests, musical choices, TV shows, whatever. But you have to tolerate it. You don't have to like it, but you have to accept it, you know, and just be humble about it and mature about it, you know, it's okay. And this goes for things that you really, 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 really hate, like Justin Bieber, for instance. Some people really, really like him, and some people really, really hate him. And I don't care whether you like him or not, you just need to accept that other people have differing opinions of you, or him, or whatever. I really want to break this. Oh, that was not as exciting as I thought it would be. I thought it would go all the way down. So yeah, I mean, Intolerance definitely is an issue for me. I wish more people were tolerant of other people's lives. You know, life is too short to really worry about that sort of thing. You should just be more loving and make love, not war, that kind of mentality. So, yeah. Things that Now, we'll talk about the things that I dislike. I don't like potatoes. Is that a weird one? Everybody loves potatoes and french fries and potato chips and all that stuff. I don't like potatoes. Mashed potatoes, disgusting. Baked potatoes, why would you ever eat such a thing like that? And I'm like the only person I've ever met who doesn't like potatoes in any form. If they don't taste like potatoes, sometimes I'm okay with them, but for the most part, do not give me potatoes. That guy just walked. Level 9, are you sure, Beldlam? Are you sure, little guy? Are you okay? I mean, I'm sorry. Look at this guy. Oh, this is a lantern. You beached yourself. Level 40. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Movies that I hate. You know, I don't know. I mean, I try not to focus on things that I dislike. I'm sure that there are things that I dislike, but you know, I just try not to. It's just not worth it. I would much rather talk about things I like and people that I like and stuff like that. So, good question though. It's unique. It's different than the usual, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite... Though those are fine as well too. Anyway, that's a good question. Thank you. Stuff I hate. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Music, people, behaviors. Well, I mean, I guess I answered it with the whole intolerance thing. And that'll encompass anything, you know. If you're a person who is intolerant, then I don't really like you. Although I guess it makes me intolerant of their intolerance, but I don't know if that really works that way. Let's kill this Clefairy. Come on. Suck it, Clefairy. Oh, come on, Clefairy. Really? There we go. Next question is from Benjamin Jocelyn. What is the funniest thing that happened to you as a child? The funniest thing that happened to... I cannot possibly remember the funniest thing. The funniest singular thing. Look at this little teeny tiny Charmander. The funniest singular thing that happened to me as a child? I don't know. I don't know, like, the #1 thing. But I can think of a funny story that happened to me probably in 5th or 6th grade. So I was probably 10, 11, maybe. And I was on the playground at recess hanging with a friend. And this was somebody I'm still good friends with, and we were standing between classrooms outside, and I was wearing shorts, and when you're a kid, like, you have like elastic shorts, like they're not, you don't wear a belt, and they're not like jeans with buttons and stuff. They were just kind of slid up, and for whatever reason she was like, we were kids, you know, so she was like pointing at me, and she was like, shirt. You know, and like she'd point at my shirt, and I was like, yeah, and then she'd be like, socks, and I was like, uh-huh, and then she pointed at my pants, and she said, pants, and I said, no, shorts, and she went, shorts, uh-huh, and then she went, pocket, and she put her hand in my shorts pockets and pulled down and pantsed me right there in the middle of recess. So I was standing there in my underwear with my shorts pulled around my feet, and at the time I was slightly mortified, but I don't think anyone saw it, and in retrospect, like as an adult thinking back on it, it's so funny. We talk about that one sometimes when we reminisce about our crazy childhood together. I don't know if it comes across funny, you know, in retelling. Wow, that was a one hit. Retelling it now, but it was definitely a funny moment as a kid, and between the two of us, it cracks us up still. So that's a good question. That's a good question. Next one is from Brad Warner. Brad Warner. Filmsing. Brad Warner Filmsing. What inspired you to start and continue making YouTube videos? I had no idea what YouTube videos were until 2011, 2012. Started watching... well, I got into Minecraft. Look at this little tiny Charmander. I got into Minecraft, and I went on the wiki to like learn how to do crafting things, and somehow I was link hopping, and I found a link on the Wikipedia to something called the Farlands, and on that page there was a link to a guy who was walking to the far lands in Minecraft, and I was like, that sounds like the most boring thing in the world. So I clicked the link, and I watched the most recent video, and he had just gotten back from like a Juno space mission, and this is Kurt J. Mac, who was not part of Minecraft at the time, but was soon joined it, and I really enjoyed his like kind of podcasty talking about it. He was a science nerd, which I really like, and he just made it interesting and fun, and I thought I could do that. And he eventually joined Minecraft, and he did UHC, and as I kept watching them, I kept getting... Is that guy floating? I kept getting more and more into it, and... Ooh, I want him. I want to kill him. I want him for the XP. And suffice to say, it was a lot of fun, and so I started doing it because I thought, hey, if he can do it, I can do it. And I've gone to a bunch of conventions and made a lot of amazing friends, and I continue to keep meeting amazing people and just having so much fun. I keep doing it because the fans are so amazing, and because the people who also do it are so amazing. Like, there's just so many talented and creative and interesting and fascinating people involved in this, I guess, business. And you guys keep me coming back. I don't know why it resets the world every time that happens. Let's see if we can see that dang legendary bird. I want to kill him. I want to murder his face. Sometimes he spawns over here, so we're gonna go over here. I don't see him. It's not a big deal, but you know, level 70, it's always good experience. Better than these little level 34 guys. Come on, get out of my face. Anyway, we are getting kind of close to the end of the episode. We're almost 30 minutes now, so let's try to finish this up. 3 more questions. Kuvadis, what is your favorite type of Pokemon? I don't know. I don't know Pokemon well enough. I think I'm kind of leaning towards the ice guys because I really like my Glaceon, and I like Empoleon as like my mains. So we're going to go with ice, although I really like the way that the fire ones look because I really like bright colors like the red and the yellow and the orange I really like, and the flame kind of combo always looks really nice together. So it would either be ice or fire, but at some point later that might change, especially as I learn how Pokemon look and work later on in life. I don't know if that's a good answer or not, but I hope you enjoyed that answer. Thank you for the question. It was a good question. Next question is from Brian Mendoza. What do you like to do for fun? Just fun. I like to make Let's Play videos. Kind of similar to what I answered to the previous question about what I like to do in real life. I write, I read, I draw and do various art-related things. I cosplay, I hang out with my friends, drink wine. Ooh, there's a boss guy way up there. Let's go get him. And I like to go to conventions. I definitely like talking with people, with intelligent people. I like having intelligent conversations with intelligent people. About whatever intelligent things we talk about. Oh man, this guy is so far up here. It's going to take forever to get here. And the last question is from Cameron Lee. And he asks, or she asks, I guess Cameron could be a girl's name. Why don't you start a new series as in creative, and then you just build and have a big minty end build? I don't really know what a minty end build is. I'm going to assume that's a typo. But I get the basics of the question is why don't I have a... This is not the guy that I want. Why don't I have a creative world? And I've thought about it, and maybe someday I will, but I really enjoy the aspect of survival and trying to find all of these things, gathering all of the materials myself so that you can truly say, I caught this all myself. Squash, ether, choice. That's the 3rd choice scarf that I've gotten, but great. Hooray, I got a boss. That's a good way to end the episode. So that is why I don't have a creative world, just because I like the aspect of survival. I like having to gather all the materials myself. This fossil hunt is officially over, skunked. Aww. I found 3 fossils yesterday. I won't tell them. They would get mad at me. Poor guys. That sucks. That sucks. Should have sold them one of my fossils if I'd realized they were... I thought they had found some. But, yeah, I think that'll do it. And by the way, we are on with Beef, Paul, and Jumbo. And I think that'll do it. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them anytime you want. You don't have to wait for a Q&A question, but it always helps. And if I didn't get to your question, I apologize, and maybe I'll get to you next time. Maybe I'll answer you on YouTube itself. Or maybe I just didn't like your question, and you smell funny, and I don't want to give you the time of day. I don't know. Anyway, my name is Vaughn. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!